That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the move. Got enough for the first. And he's running in the open. The tag. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really.
Afterburners coming. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. And their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Handoff from the gun. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. The give on the inside. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
At the 24-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. Fires into traffic, picked off. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll try the right side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
And they get him down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Lay. Working that left side now. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
Fires to the right. What a snag by the defense. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They'll give it to the back. Still running up the 40. Nothing but green ahead. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Quick release on the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
The battle for L.A. has wrapped up as we've got a winner between USC and UCLA. UCLA was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Bruins performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Looking to throw, it's late. Got his man in the middle. Gets away from one, finds some space. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Auburn! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Give him 105 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking on the right side. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. At the 40, there he goes. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Got enough space. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Using his feet. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Handoff from the shotgun. At the 35, he's open. He's off to the races. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
To get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. It's a flea flicker. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Dropping back. It's Lay. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig their way out of this hole.
Yeah, and it's complimentary football, right? Offense doing their job, scoring, defense getting the stop. Offense has got the ball right back. Palmer, go back to that last drive, revisit it, rehash some of the same plays.
Yeah, and if you're the quarterback here, think about where are my best matchups too. We're going to have to throw the football at some point here, so where do I want to take advantage of this defense and what areas of the field, and where are my best opportunities?
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
4th down coming up.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it. But the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Back to the ground game on the left. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
The run from the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needs a few more chain links to move the sticks.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Try to get it on the ground. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And once you get in this range in the football field, do you depend on your kicker? Do you go for it? I think on fourth down, I think you go for it. This is a long field goal, a lot harder attempt. I like the offense going for it here in this situation.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, they convert. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. It may seem like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and you know, we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back, it's a big stat. So I like the aggressiveness to go for it, especially when you get it. Like, easy decision, right? First down.
A first down run in the red zone. And he fights his way forward, gets away from 1, but not much doing on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Gators! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
Now they'll try the two-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Auburn 23, Florida 16. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Auburn 23, Florida 16.
The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest.
Ball is loose. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, and you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Quarterback keeper. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Got it, looking for the first down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Offense facing 4th down.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down.
6-9-1, Gators score.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
The Gators in the hurry up. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He's up to 90 yards rushing, and what a season he's putting together, well on his way to a 1,500-yard campaign. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
Handoff to the lone back.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Calls his own number. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is always a threat to run the football. He completely changes the way you play defense.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll keep it himself. Oh, look out, the ball's free. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up?
You know, David, I like the play call in this situation of the game, putting it on the ground, trying to be physical, deep down in your opponent's territory, trying to break this tie and win the game, but, man, you've got to have better ball security.
Yeah, you got to find a way defensively to make plays. And it doesn't matter how pretty it is, but they did it just that. Like, make a play late in the game, tie ball game, force a turnover, Give your offense now a chance to go win this football game for you.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8.
Timeout, Auburn.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a physical attack from the guy. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time.
We'll get it started here in overtime. On the move. He now has 91 yards rushing, and he gets closer and closer to a 1,500-yard season. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Looks as if Auburn will have enough for the first down.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Looking downfield, it's late. Makes a grab over the middle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Makes the grab. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
Here comes 1st and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. This quarterback part of their running game. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
A gut check on the doorstep. 3rd and goal here in overtime. Touch pass on the run. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's late. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! And they're on top here in overtime.
The
A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Trying to find his man on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Forced out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at third down. Third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. They'll run it from the gun.
How about getting that big play on the ground here in OT? Great job up front by the offensive line. This has been a long, hard-fought, physical game, but these guys look like they could play for at least another couple of quarters.
The tension, the intensity, the drama, the offense steps to the line on fourth down in overtime. They'll try it on the ground. He is stopped short. A huge play on fourth down in overtime to win the game. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have